That's all right. And I'm looking, but I don't know how to get a live on YouTube. So I'm on your channel.
It's happening now.
Okay, excellent.
I think so, yeah. Okay, so here we are live a little few minutes later. I apologize. I thought we were live, but we weren't. And I gave this whole spiel, and and I want to kind of keep to the time boundary, which is 40 minutes. So just quickly, I do these Thursday mornings. Next week, it's going to start at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If anyone wants to get a free constellation, contact me. I'm going to leave my contact in the description. I'm going to leave my website. I'm also going to leave details of my class, which is there's still time to jump into that. And just ask that anybody watching just hold space, and we're not trying to fix Tracie, who's here today. We're not trying to fix Tracie. We're just holding space for Tracie so that she can access her own healing and get what she needs from this session. And I did mention before when we went live that Tracie's in my class. She's done a tabletop class with me, and she also did a free business constellation, kind of like what I'm doing now. Did you want to say anything about that again? Sorry, Tracie.
I don't think so. I do. I love what you said earlier, though, about the that I access my own healing through this work. That feels so pertinent. And that everyone's job as a witness and even as a facilitator is to hold space. And
absolutely,
I find through this work that I hold space for myself in a very different way than other healing modalities that I've done.
Yeah, because you know what? It's all there. Like the information is there in front of us. If we go to tabletop, which I think we're probably going to do.
And I get to be participant and observer. It's a very interesting thing that happens. So
yeah, it is. And I just help reflect, basically. Okay, so are you ready?
I am.
Okay, good. Okay. What do you want to work on, Tracie?
So I have fibromyalgia, and I've had a pretty big pattern of pain in my life that kind of just throws me out and shuts me down. And in doing some intergenerational work and family pattern work, I've seen a similar pattern in my mother and her mother. And the pattern is also there's an injury or an accident or just pain, and it's covered up immediately by substance use. And I'm a recovering addict. I'm in recovery, and nobody else in my family has ever done that. And I don't try to I don't say they're addicts. I don't do that. I get to take care of my stuff. So I want to look at that pattern and, how I can, I don't know if manage the pain is, I want to let go of the pain, the physical pain that happens in my body that often comes from something emotional also. I get upset, my knee hurts. It's just a really weird thing. And as someone who's been a healer, I am a healer. I was a body worker for years. I understand what happens with feelings in the body, but I haven't been able to stop it, or say whoa, body, we're okay. So I guess, is that clear? Is that clear enough?
Yeah. So can I give you back what I heard?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have fibromyalgia. Your mother's had similar pain issues. Your grandmother had similar pain issues on your mother line, right, maternal. And it's covered up with substance abuse. That's how it's managed. Yeah. And you've gone through that. You're now in recovery. And you're a body worker. You understand that the body is somatic response to thoughts and feelings and things like that, and situations and environmental stuff, and that it impacts the body. You understand that, yet you aren't able to stop. You're not able to stop what's happening in your body.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and then I just hear the word control. I'm not able to control it. I'm like, oh, I don't really want to control my body, but I guess there's a part of me that does.
Okay, so there's a part of you that wants to control your body.
Yeah, I want to control those pain responses.
Okay, great. Let's start. You know the tabletop method because you've done it before. I'm going to have you pick something for you and something for the fibromyalgia. Okay. And we can also lump that in with pain, correct?
Do you want me to switch to the tabletop now?
Yeah, might as well.
In my
Yeah. So I'm just going to say to anybody watching, we're witnessing this family constellation right now, and just for everyone to pull their energy back and just like take any pressure off of Tracie so that she doesn't feel scrutinized. You know, I know this is live and everything, but it is a real session. And in these sessions, I never know what's going to happen. And like I said to Tracie just now, all the information is on the table. Here we go. And Tracie's using little
this
animal.
this is me. Can you see that, Sarah?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
I can see
And
it.
then here's the pain, and it's like I don't know where to place it really. Like it feels like it blocks me. So
Okay, I like that. Okay. I mean, I like that you found a place for it.
and it's
Okay.
a rhino with a
It's a
horn.
rhino with a horn. Okay, so just take a deep breath. One thing I noticed right now is that you seem to be unaware of it as the horse. Yeah. This beautiful spotted leopard Appaloosa,
Mhm.
looking forward with your ears kind of facing forward, I believe. And the rhino is tucked underneath your chin. But there seems to be a sort of unawareness of it, unless it feels affectionate. Now, you tell me what it feels like to you.
Well, what I notice is the horse. I'm looking up. The horse is also looking up with sort of I don't know how to describe the expression, but nothing really feels affectionate.
Okay, so it doesn't feel like it's cuddling kind of, you know, or
No,
let's say this, the rhino, which is the pain, right? The fibromyalgia
yeah,
is wanting comfort. Put your finger on it.
interesting. On the pain.
Yeah, please. And just tune in there and just feel if it's a desire to be close or if it's
I hear
hostile.
something. It's saying, I am your body and I want to be noticed. I am your body. I want to be noticed.
Oh. Okay. And how do you feel?
Sad. I feel sad.
Yeah. Just take a breath. Yeah. So it wants to be noticed and it feels sad. Okay, you know how these morph into other things, right? You understand that, yeah?
Always.
Yeah, yeah. Now put your finger on the horse. And the horse is looking forward. And is there sort of an awareness of this being underneath, or is it
Nope. Not at all.
no awareness, right? Just looking forward.
Almost like a get out of my way. Like, I guess
Yeah.
there is a little bit of an awareness, almost like get out of my way.
Yeah. I mean, from my angle, the way I'm seeing it, okay, you can take your hand off. It's like the tail and everything, you know, it's kind of like a childlike manner, like a baby. That's what
The horse.
no,
Oh, the rhino.
Yeah, the way I'm seeing it from here, the way that it's kind of moving into the curve of your body.
Mhm.
Can you do this? Can you place the rhino in front of the horse so it's facing off, so they face off each other, so that now the horse can see?
It's almost like I want to put it up on something because the horse is not looking. I'm like,
Well,
hello, hi, right
yeah,
here.
yeah, okay. So,
Because now it feels a little bit irritated. Like
okay,
the pain, it feels a little bit irritated in my body. Like, hello, I'm right here. I
okay,
carry you. I'm right here.
okay. Okay, so do this. I want you to close your eyes. Okay. And just imagine that now you are in that constellation, you are facing whatever this is. Okay. I'm not going to call it the rhino anymore, right? I'm just going to call it whatever that is representing right now. And as you look at it, are you able to look now at it?
Yeah.
How do you feel as you look, Tracie?
I feel this kind of a sweetness coming off of that. And also there's something a little heavy. And
How do you feel in your body? Any sensations?
I noticed my heart is very it feels I don't know how to describe heavy, I guess heavy, but with like a little bit of a flutter, like anxiety behind it.
Okay. So there's this little heaviness to your heart with a little flutter behind it. Is that right?
Yeah.
And there's also a sweetness there. So is the whatever it is it looking back at you?
What I'm noticing is it's looking down, but the ears are very like it's listening. So the eyes are like looking down, but
Right.
it's paying attention with the ears. So it's
Okay, so
real.
I want you to say this, okay? I want you to say, I see you.
I see you.
Good. What happens now? Did you get its attention?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you feel now as you're looking at each other?
Soft.
Soft, good,
Soft.
good. So,
A little tension in my shoulders. Like I noticed all of a sudden my shoulders kind of caved in around my heart a little bit.
mm-hmm.
But I'm also very aware of a softness,
Okay. Good,
an invitation. It feels like an invitation.
good. Who's inviting who? You're inviting.
It's both.
Got it.
I'm
Good.
My body is inviting me to pay attention. And I don't know if I'm inviting my body into my space. I'm inviting it into my space, into
Mhm.
my awareness. I see you.
Good. Can you imagine it saying, I see you back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a little stubbornness when it said, I see you. There was it felt a little stubborn. I don't know if stubborn, I don't know if that's the right word, but that's what came to my mind.
Okay. Okay. So this is my feeling that it's related to a missing baby or more. I'm just gonna say that.
Yep.
The And I know it's very personal, and I respect if you don't want to say anything about it. But as I look at that, like as I look at the constellation and everything, like I feel that's what it's about. I don't know. How do you feel?
I already brought something. I brought some things in to represent missing babies, and there are 5.
Okay.
So
Okay. Would you you mean you brought them in?
I just, as I was bringing out my basket with my tabletop things in it, something else from my altar called to me. And so I just
Yeah.
put it next to, and I was like, oh, I know who you are.
Okay. What about if to see how this feels if the rhino represented all of them?
Kind of feels like they need to be on there. It's little. They're little.
Okay.
And they're all the same. They're
Okay,
small.
do it.
And put them with me or with the rhino.
I would put them with the rhino.
Okay.
So I'm just going to explain that in family constellations, in looking at the family as a system, we look at who's missing in the family, and miscarriages and abortions count as missing family members. So when we bring them in, it can balance out the system when they're acknowledged.
And so just having them there, I feel a settling. And they are they're 5 little moonstones that I found on the beach last weekend.
And the rhino, like, how does that feel now?
Strong.
Strong.
The rhino, it feels strong. That energy feels very strong, and complete, like whole. And I thought there would be a lot more like heaviness or shame and sadness on my part. I mean, I feel some sadness, but I also, because there was an invitation, I feel curious. I feel curious.
Great. Great. And you have living kids, right?
I do. I have one son, and I have stepchildren, but I have one living. Yeah.
Okay. So in this, I'm only interested in the bio kid. And where would he be in that lineup?
I didn't put him in there.
Let's put him in.
Can he be represented by something different?
Anything. Yeah.
Okay.
Anything. Yeah.
This is an interesting one. Do I want to put it with the rhino?
I want you to put it wherever you feel. Actually, let's do this, because did he come after all those babies, or before, or in the middle?
Yes.
Okay, so then you put him
over 10 years after, much later.
Okay, so he goes on the left. So he would theoretically be the youngest, correct?
Yes. That took me a minute. Yes.
Yeah, so then you place him as the youngest sibling, which would be to the left of the moonstones.
Okay.
Is that a flamingo?
It's a phoenix.
Oh, it's a phoenix. Okay.
And I have to tell you that I felt very nervous about using this piece, because it often falls over. And I almost didn't use it, but it was so like, this is the one. So.
Interesting. Okay. So now with everybody on the table, how do you feel in your body?
I feel a little more nervous with my son there.
Feel a
Like heart rate increased for sure.
sorry, your heart what?
Heart rate increased. Like I felt that.
They're his siblings,
Yes.
right? Even though, I mean, is he conscious of them or?
When he got older, we lightly touched on it, but not in detail.
Okay. I'll just tell you something about when there's one child that survives, you know, a total of 6, right? Like that, uh, when it's an only child, like if they feel like they're the only child, but theoretically they're not, they're part of a big sibling group, and that they might have survivor's guilt, like that they made it, but their siblings didn't. And that there could be a tendency to want to follow the siblings, meaning follow them into death, you know,
That resonates. That
as a
resonates.
as a trajectory, right? Which could be drugs, alcohol, you know,
And I will
anything.
tell you that I've had dreams um, about my son's death since he was born. Very vivid dreams. And so.
Yeah. And what's happening right now is that we're inviting the invitation, you mentioned that, right? We're inviting in the missing ones, and there's a softness in it, and it feels good. It doesn't have the feelings that you thought it might have.
No, it feels really beautiful. It feels really complete. You know,
Yeah.
I feel emotional, but not in a like a, oh my gosh, I see you. Like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's, to me, it's almost like they've been waiting, like you found them on the beach, you know, like
No.
these little
And here's
mountains.
an interesting fact. My mother changed her name when I was younger, and her last name is Moonstone.
Oh, interesting.
So, and we loved moonstones growing up, and I found these on the beach, and I've never found them on a California beach before, and I've lived here all my life.
Mm, mm.
So,
Okay, so it's like they've been waiting,
yeah,
you know, for this moment
yeah,
to be included,
yeah.
to be included. And you know, there's no feeling of animosity or hostility or blame or anything like that. I don't get that.
No, it feels very pure. Like it feels very, that energy just feels very hopeful and kind of expectant. Like not expectant like I'm expecting you, but that like we've been waiting. We're
Yeah,
here. We've been waiting
yeah,
for
yeah,
40 something years, you know.
yeah. And the phoenix, it's almost like your son, because he came into the physicality, you know, like
Yeah.
he kind of hatched from the egg or whatever, you know? But he's in full, uh, he's fully present there,
Yeah.
colorful, and with
And he's
wings.
standing. That's huge because this piece always falls over.
Yeah, yeah. And now, so with you looking at all your children, how does it feel?
Feels like it feels good, but it feels like something's missing. Like I want to be closer. Um,
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to engage, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like I'm not sure how to
So
be.
so so um so you start with the oldest, and you look at the oldest baby, and you tell them, I see you.
I see you.
You're my baby,
You're my baby.
and you belong to this family.
And you belong to this family.
Mm. And then, and how does that feel? And how does that baby respond?
Happy, really happy.
Yeah, really happy. Yeah. Great. So now we go to the next one. Same thing, Tracie. Finds their eyes.
I see you.
Yeah.
You're my baby. And you belong to this family.
Yeah. And what happens to that baby?
Yes, I do.
We go to the next one.
I see you. You're my baby. And you belong to this family. There was
But
it's like a jump and a skip. And like, yes, almost
Mhm.
like a wee. How else to describe it?
And now the next one.
I see you. You are my baby. And you belong to this family.
Okay. And what happens?
Very different energy, a very pragmatic, like, yes, I do. They all feel so very different.
Mm-hmm. And there's one more, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I see you. You are my baby. And you belong to this family.
what happens?
That one's almost a little flat. There wasn't a big reaction.
Can you see their eyes?
They're closed.
Mm. Okay. Okay. So try again. Maybe try it. I see you, little one. I'm your mother. And you're
I
my
see
baby.
you. I see you, little one. I'm your mother. And you belong to this family. This baby, it's so sleepy. It just feels so sleepy.
Did it wake up?
Yeah, a little bit, just a little, just so different. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And now your son. Can you find his eyes?
Yeah.
Same thing. I see you.
I see you.
You're my son.
You're my son.
And I'm your mother.
And I am your mother.
And you belong to this family.
And you belong to this great big family.
And what's his expression and his response?
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
Yeah. I do. We do. We belong. I belong.
Good. Good. Now I'm just wondering about the rhino, and I'm wondering if the rhino still needs to be there.
Um,
Let's see if you take it out, what happens, to see how you feel. How do you feel?
it almost feels like it wants to stand with me.
Okay. Okay, do that. Put it next to you.
And it wants to be touching. Like like when I held that in my hands, it felt very comforted,
Mm-hmm.
felt really comforting, but it also wanted to be with everyone else. Like I'm the body, like I'm this thing,
Yeah,
like I need to be here.
it feels like it is you, you know, with the part, the you that went through all those pregnancies and, you know, terminations and stuff. And that it's like it also, that part of you also belongs.
Mm-hmm.
And because initially I know there was a resistance to going to this place.
I knew, you know, it's one of those things, as soon as you name it, like, I knew. Um, and I trust you, and I really trust this work. And so,
Yeah. And so I, you know, the whatever part of you this is representing, but the part of you that was being shunned, you know, or ignored, let's say that,
right,
not shunned,
right,
more ignored, that now it belongs next to you because it really is part of you.
right.
And that you can embrace that part of you, the you that from, you know, from the past. Is that so? If you imagine yourself looking into your eyes, as a mother who didn't fulfill the pregnancies for whatever reason, there's no judgment here, Tracy. You know that, right?
Whose eyes am I looking to? That other part, that part of me.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And how do you feel when you look at yourself?
Peaceful. I feel peaceful.
Yeah.
And I feel really like my body feels really solid right now.
Good. Good. So in a way, you know, this is like retrieving this part of you.
Mm-hmm.
That this part of you is not going to be ignored anymore.
I love that, because it's that body pain thing. When when I'm not paying attention to my body and I'm not in my body, things happen that don't feel good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when I say that, I have to add, these lost babies were part of that not being in my body.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. It looks really beautiful. Like as I look at this, it looks really beautiful. You know, this constellation. I mean, I'm gonna give you a part 2 that you could do maybe on your own,
Okay.
right? Because we don't have time to do this. But what I usually do in this situation is also I bring in the fathers.
Mm-hmm.
All
Oh,
right.
oof.
Yeah, I know. But that's
I
also,
know we talked about this in class, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. But it's also part of your healing, definitely, because
Mm-hmm.
um, they also belonged to the father.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And by bringing them in, there's the fathers are part of the family system also.
That's
Right?
right.
So just by honoring them and bringing them in, and maybe you go. I mean, I'm not going to ask you details about how many fathers or if there's one father, or you know that stuff. But basically, you would have the father there, and you would look at the father and you'd say, "This is our baby
Mm-hmm.
that either he or you decided not to bring in, you know,
Mm-hmm.
or if you both decided that." And then to if it was your choice and he didn't know, then you ask for his blessing that you have a good life and that you live a healthy, pain-free life. Right? Do you understand that?
Yeah, I do. Definitely.
Because you know this is all unconscious, and we do things to punish ourselves, maybe because we wronged someone in some way, right?
Right.
By not giving them the place as the father, right? By robbing that of them in the sense of not even them knowing. And I like I said, I don't need to know the details. I'm just explaining to you how to do it so that you can do it on your own and your own time.
Okay.
And then because you know, we all have a mother and a father, and it takes a mother and a father to create us in the first place. but this was really beautiful. This was really a beautiful constellation that I hope you'll be able to continue by yourself. And if not, like, we can maybe work on this in class or something. Okay.
Okay.
How do you feel now?
I feel just very settled. There's a settled energy that I didn't have before, that I often look for, that I don't have. So I feel very settled.
Yeah.
I feel different. I feel different.
Yeah. Do you feel any pain in your body right now? I didn't ask you in the beginning if you had any pain, but
I did have some in the beginning, and no, I am not aware of it right now. I do not feel it right now.
okay, great. Wonderful. Okay, Tracie. Do you want to bring the camera up?
Oop. All the buttons.
There you go. Okay. Thank you so much. And
Thank
I
you
want
so
to,
much, Sarah.
yeah, I want to honor you and your constellation. And I'm going to bow to you, and I'm going to leave it with you, Tracie. Okay.
And I'm
And
taking you.
what, say that again?
I said I'm receiving it. I happily receive it. Thank you.
Yeah. And this is what I suggest, is that you don't go into full on analytical mode for like 3 days, you know, or like tell people all the details. Like, just let it move. And, you know, if you want to continue that process, I would like, I wouldn't share that with anyone right now. Just for you, it's for you.
Okay.
And then if you want to in a few days, I think that's fine, you know, but
Okay.
it's a sacred movement that's yours, you know. And
Can I write about it? Or should I
yes,
just wait?
absolutely.
Okay,
I
so I
think
can
that
write
would
about
be good.
it, share it, and wait. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I just think because so much is happening on so many levels, and it's not if we try to like nail it down, or then we might miss something else, you know, or a movement that wanted to happen.
Yeah.
And it really does change things. I mean, it really will. And you know, let's see if you still continue to have the pain. I'm hoping that you won't, but let's see. Yeah. But this,
Well, it's interesting, because what I find about these constellations is they continue to talk. Like, I
yeah,
can hear their voices saying, "I see you, mother." Like, it's just so profound. It's so
yeah,
profound.
that's great. That's wonderful. Okay. Thank you,
Thank you,
Tracie.
Sarah.
You're welcome. I'm just going to say a few words to everybody looking, if you're watching. I do these every Thursday morning. Next week it's going to be 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 6 p.m. in UK. That's 11 a.m. in Mountain Standard Time. 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 12 p.m. Canada. So anyone who wants to get a free constellation, who is okay with it being live and with being public, contact me. I'm going to leave my email in the description of the video. And I also just started an 8-month class. It's called The Foundations of Family Constellations. And there's still time to jump in. I just started it, but if anyone's interested, you can still enroll. Just contact me. And I think that's it. And if anyone wants a session with me, a private one, I do private sessions as well on Zoom. And I also do horse constellations here with my herd of horses in person. And I'm in Ranchita, Southern California, an hour and a half from San Diego, about 3 hours from LA, 2.5 on a good day. Anyway, yeah. And check out my website, silverhorse.org. I think that's everything. But thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like it if you like it, and share it if you think that someone else would like it. Okay. Thank you. Thanks again, Tracie. And I'll see you soon.
My pleasure. Thank
And
you,
I'll
Sarah.
contact you in a few days to see how you're doing with this as well.
Okay.
And if
Excellent.
you have any questions, just email me about it.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
Thank you.